All right, what's good? What's good, man? Let's get into it. Let's talk about Jayden Daniels. You know what I'm saying? The new quarterback for the Washington Redskins. Oops, sorry. The excuse me. I didn't mean to mess up the name right there, people. The Washington Psych, you thought the Washington Redskins. I don't care about the Commanders. Screw all you wokies. But anyways, Jayden Daniels, man. New quarterback, new face. Washington's going through a new phase in their organization. And you know what? This might sound a crazy thing to say, but I mean, could Jayden Daniels be the next franchise quarterback? I mean, let's look at it like this. And I know people are gonna sit here and say, well, RJ, it's Washington, don't mess it up, this and that, third, which I understand. I get it. Because I mean it's Washington, they're a horrible organization, they're beyond trash, they're beyond garbage. Not disagreeing with you, and I'm not at like they have to prove it to me, but this is a new regime. This is a brand new regime that's, taking over. Dan Snyder ain't there. They're not worried about Dan Snyder, taking cheerleaders and sniffing their feet and, doing all this crazy things. So it could be a new day in Washington. You know what I'm saying? It could be, Jayden Daniels might be the next guy. Now, I am a believer that, that you need to prove it to be the next guy. And I mean, I was always high on Jayden Daniels. I thought he was the second best quarterback in the draft. So I do think Jayden Daniels could do something. I mean, he has Terry McLaurin. He has I'm trying to think who else. He has Austin. Didn't Austin Eckler go there too? Didn't Austin Eckler go to Washington? I could be wrong about that, but he has some type of weapons there. I'm not sure about their offensive line. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. And I mean, let's be fair. Washington's probably going to finish second to last or last place in their division, but they're in the rebuilding stage. You know what I'm saying? And it's a brand new regime there. That's all I can say. Now, the only thing that concerns me is that they have Dan Quinn as their head coach. Which I mean, I don't know who the offensive coordinator is. Someone in the comment section, can someone correct me on who the offensive coordinator is for Washington? I really just don't feel like looking up right now, but if they have a good offensive coordinator, then maybe, just maybe, this could work. If you give Dan Quinn a good offensive coordinator, a la Kyle Shanahan, with a good quarterback like Matt Ryan, it worked. They went to a Super Bowl. They went to the playoffs on multiple occasions. Now, if you're going to put some bum or mid offensive coordinator out there, then, Jay Daniels ain't really going to succeed. But if he has a very good offensive coordinator out there, I can see Jayden Daniels being the next franchise quarterback. I can see them rebuilding because let's be for real. They hired Dan Quinn to be the defensive guy. Dan Quinn is the defensive guy. He's the one that everybody wants to revamp this defense. Now, granted, I don't know why they want him to revamp this defense when you gave up two of your best defensive players like what's his name? Chase Young and Montez Sweat, but it is what it is. I guess more picks the merrier. But at the same time, Jayden Daniels could, you never know. I'll say don't count it out. Once again, it is Washington. I understand. I get it. Washington is not, known for having franchise quarterbacks since Joe Namath. So, and that was like, 50 years ago? So I understand it. I get it. But at the same time, they have a chance to. I mean, look at the division. I mean, I understand, the Eagles. We're at wait and see with the Eagles and Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts. The Cowboys, they're frauds. They'll always be frauds. Dak, no one believes in Dak. CeeDee Lamb wants out. Micah, he's more worried about going on podcasts and going to white Diddy parties. You know what I'm saying? And the Giants are just a dumpster fire. You know what I'm saying? So, no one, come on, man. So Washington could realistically, they have a realistic chance to rebuild around Jayden Daniels because I'm going to keep it real. There's really no pressure on Jayden Daniels. All the pressure's on Caleb. All the pressure's on Drake May. Michael Penix and what's his name? Jayden Daniels have no pressure. They're not Jayden Daniels might start. But Jayden Daniels is starting for a horrible team. No one expects Washington to win like 5 games. If Jayden Daniels goes out there and wins 7 to 8, like, wow, there's actually something here with Jayden Daniels. He has no pressure on him. Like, all the pressure is on Caleb Williams because you have Rome, you have DJ Moore, you have Keenan Allen, you have all these weapons. You need to win. With Drake May, you need to be the next Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Even Michael Penix, you need to replace Kirk Cousins. With Jayden Daniels, like, no one's really talking about Jayden Daniels. The guy went, second overall in the draft? No one's really talking about him. There's more talks about Joe Milton and Drake May and Bo Mix and J.J. McCarthy, another one. He has more pressure on him than Jayden Daniels. So without that pressure being on him, or at least, that pressure from the mainstream media, from majority of NFL fans, he could work. He could work. You never know. I wouldn't call it out the possibility wrong because I'm sitting back thinking, like, Jayden Daniels has talent. If he went to a team that actually knew what they were doing, he would be the next C.J. Stroud. But at the same, and plus, that's another thing. C.J. Stroud went to a horrible organization. Look what happened there. Now, granted, I think DeMeco's way better than Dan Quinn, but we got to see with DeMeco again. No one thought the Texans were going to make the playoffs. I'm not saying the Washington's going to make the playoffs. I'm saying you never know. We got to see what Jayden Daniels does. And also, next offseason, we got to see what Washington does. We got to see what weapons they put around him. If the offensive coordinator is good, we got to see what they do there. But we got to see. We got to see what Jayden Daniels can do. And once again, this is not the same regime as what's his name? Dan Snyder. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities with Jayden Daniels. I mean, once again, I do feel bad for the kid because he's at Washington, and Washington is a beyond horrible organization, but they took a step in the right direction with Jayden Daniels. That's more, I give Washington credit. When they see horribleness at the quarterback position, they get rid of it. Unlike another team in their conference who loves mediocrity at the quarterback position. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. That's my thoughts. What are yours? Do you think Jayden Daniels could be the next franchise quarterback? Is there any potential there? RJ out.